Previously on Dare to Dream, Team FX Primus Alizo was in Indonesia at the Sentul International Circuit, where they overcame delays with the container, missed out on a practice session, and had the usual on-track action. They pushed on and claimed a podium finish, ending the difficult weekend on a high note.
Fuji circuit is quite straightforward. I enjoy racing here because of the different elevation. It's got a high-speed corner, it's got a bit of everything, and it's got a ridiculous straight, which you can top almost 280 kilometers, which is brilliant.
Like last year, I won both races, so I hope this weekend it win both races with Zen. So I will try my best to win.
The Team FX Primus Alizo crew took the late-night flight to Haneda Airport from Kuala Lumpur. It was a long 7-hour flight where the guys got a little bit of sleep before starting the second leg of their journey. Getting off the plane, they were driven to the rental car office to collect their car. 15 minutes later, and after a little bit of a tutorial and help with the GPS, they were off. And of course, the first stop had to be for food. The ordering is automated, and with Chia having lived in Japan in the past, they left it to him to order. Slightly more than 3 hours after landing, the guys can finally rest. Good night. Day 1 at Fuji, and the guys got to an early start. It was a cold and wet morning, but they made their way to the circuit to get started. After Indonesia, the team decided to change the engine and have found a suitable replacement. Unfortunately, they were told by the circuit officials, with the race running over the weekend, there are no garages available for the team to work on transplanting the engine. Fortunately, Chia once again came to the rescue and called up some of his old friends there and managed to secure the garage at Tome Sports, just a few minutes away from the circuit. The crew immediately went to work, getting the car unpacked from the container and onto the flatbed truck to Tome Sports, a garage known for building chassis and race cars in Japan. Once there, the process began. First, the engine from the donor car had to be removed. Once the body parts are off the car, they can then remove the engine. Late in the afternoon, the crew at Tome Sports invited the guys for a breather. The kind hosts brought out some biscuits and drinks to have a nice catch-up session. What a welcome break it was. Later that evening, Team FX Primus Alizo's car number 69 began its short journey to Tome Sports. The next day, work continued on the second part of the engine swap process. The donor car was fitted with the team's engine, and the team's car received the donor engine. Since the crew worked hard into the night on the cars, they were surprised when they were treated to a short break. They were taken back to the circuit to enjoy the view, a spectacular sight in the morning. Then the rumblings of cars resonated throughout the circuit as the local drift racers arrived. The rain helped make the race even more exciting. the team paid a visit to Daiichi, a banked turn that was the site of many major accidents. After a double fatality in 1974, the corner was closed and part of the circuit rebuilt into what it is today. Daiichi remains a stark reminder of the dangers of motorsport. The end is in sight as the car is carefully placed back together, but the crew was working carefully and making sure all is in order. Final checks are being made, the car tuned. With the qualifying session just a day away, there was no room for mistakes. Once all checks were done, the Tomei crew helped the team to get the car onto the flatbed for a short 20-minute journey back to the circuit. A perfectly placed eyesore captured the moment perfectly. Just as the car arrived at the circuit, the rain started. And in the mountainous region, the fog soon followed. Good thing the guys managed to push the car into the pit right on time. As the sun started its descent into night, the crew was still hard at work in the pit, putting in the race preparation work on the car. Once everything has been looked over, the team will fire up the engine. That is the sweetest sound. Just a few short hours ago, the team was finishing work on the engine swap. And now, it's time to pack up for the night and finally get some dinner. Nothing hits the spot better than a bowl of hot noodle soup, and Chia treated the guys to the best ramen in town.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have just landed safely in Tokyo International Airport. The local time now is exactly 10:39 p.m. and the temperature is reported at 21 degrees Celsius.
A few hours away at the Tokyo International Airport, the drivers arrived. As Dominic Ang had personal commitments to fulfill, the team was able to get Afiq Yazid to step in from the Fuji race on. The Malaysian youngster was happy to be able to fully commit to the rest of the season with Team FX Primus Alizo.